Myself Vishal Pandey, and I welcome you all in my online class. What to be discussed today? Nothing new, but to be continued the chapter which we have taken already, the address, very prominent from your snapshot book itself. 3 parts have been covered by me. This is the 4th one, and we'll try to understand more about the summary of the address itself. I have distributed it in 3 parts so that you can understand easily, and all the things which I will be discussing here can go straight away in your mind, and it will be there for some times. This is my feelings for you. So part 1, we will be discussing about pre-war, what had happened in Holland before the Second World War, that was initiated by the great dictator of this world, that was Adolf Hitler. Second part, if you talk about, we will be discussing about post-war, what had happened after the war, what was the influence there in the minds of narrators, or you can say in the life of narrator. Then third part will be there for you, the interaction which has taken place between narrator and Mrs. Darling. Now I am not going to tell you about Darling because I have already done character analysis. You can watch my previous videos to understand that who was Mrs. Darling. So this will be, I will be taking these 3 parts today to discuss you more about this chapter. So let us move towards slides. So as you can see on the screen, the first meeting, as I had told you, we will be discussing in 3 parts. So let us have some discussion on part 1, that what had happened in the first meeting, the first interaction which has taken place between narrator and Mrs. Darling. So in the beginning of the story, it is narrated how the protagonist was given a cold reception when she went to her native place after the war in search of her mother's belongings after ringing the bell off. What do you understand by this paragraph? Let me brief you about this. It is clearly mentioned in this paragraph that when narrator was going before Mrs. Darling, when she was standing before Mrs. Darling, where in the Marconi Street, house number 46, she was given a cold reception. What do you understand by cold reception? Not a very warm welcome. She was rejected altogether. Second point is house number 46, as I told you, in where? In Marconi Street, a woman opened the door. On being introduced, the woman kept staring at her in silence. There was no sign of recognition on her face the woman was wearing. So altogether this paragraph asserts that when narrator came in front of Mrs. Darling, she was not acknowledged. She was not given a warm welcome, and Mrs. Darling, she behaved like that she doesn't know Mrs. S as well as Marga Minko. Let us understand the third paragraph. Her mothers, whose mothers? Her mothers is there used for narrator's mother, that is Marga Mingo herself. Green knitted cardigan, it is a type of dress which is green in color. The narrator could understand that she had made no mistake. Narrator was very much, circumlocution type situation was there. Narrator was searching that is she has standing on the wrong address or she has on the appropriate address or not. She was totally in dilemma. So she asked the woman whether she knew her mother or not. So Marga Minko was asking positively to Mrs. Darling that, do you know my mother, Mrs. S? The narrator wanted to talk to her sometime, but the woman cautiously closed the door. When Marga Minko meet Mrs. Darling and she told about her past, she told about her mother's interaction and views, this lady who's known as Mrs. Darling, she shut the door on the face of Marga Minko. How embarrassing was that? The narrator stopped there for some time and then she left to that place. When Mrs. Dorling was not ready to listen her, what she can do? She has to move from there and she has to go back from wherever she has came. Let us understand the second part of the story, remembering the past. Now this is pre-war situation. Before the war, what had happened, this is that situation. So when you talk about remembering the past, in the subsequent sections, the memories of the narrator's bygone days come to light. Her mother had provided the address years ago during the war. This is very much clear if in examination, if it is asked to you that according to you, Marga Minko, from where Marga Minko got the address Marconi Street, house number 46, then you have to write in your examination that the address was provided to Marga Minko by her mother many years before. She went to home for few days. She could find that various things were missing. When the war was going, children, what was happening is Marga Minko was small and her mother, Mrs. S, an acquaintance, that is a friend of Mrs. S, was Mrs. Dorling. She used to come to her native place and used to take all the belongings along with her. She happened to be an old acquaintance. Means what? Acquaintance means a friend of the narrator's mother. Lately, she had renewed contact with her and had been coming there regularly. So Mrs. Dorling used to come regularly to take the belongings of Mrs. S. In what type? Which type of belongings? Curtains, tables, fans, chairs, spoons, many more things you will get to know. Every time she left their house, she took something home with her. She told that she wanted to save all their nice possessions. The next day, the narrator saw Mrs. Dorling going out of their house with a heavy suitcase. When Marga Minko was small, when war was going on, she used to see Mrs. Dorling taking all the possessions, and one day she saw that she was taking a heavy suitcase from her house. We are in nostalgia. We are discussing about the past. She had a fleeting glimpse of Mrs. Dorling's face. She asked her mother whether the woman lived far away. At that time, the narrator's mother told about the address. She was very much excited. She means what we are talking about, Marga Minko, the narrator, the protagonist of this story. So she has some curiosity to know about Mrs. Dorling, that who is that woman who is coming daily, regularly to our house, and she is taking all the belongings which are very close to our heart. Let us understand the third part and try to associate ourselves more about this chapter. The concluding part of the story, we are on the pinnacle now. We have to conclude this story as far as the summary is concerned. Story describes the second visit of the narrator. When Mrs. Dorling shut the door on the face of Marga Minko started walking back to the railway station, but somehow she realized that she has to visit again at once. She has to go and try to facilitate Mrs. Dorling so that she can allow her to enter in Marconi Street, house number 46, and examine all the belongings of her mother, which was taken by Mrs. Dorling many years before. So when she visited for the second time, she was very fortunate, and Mrs. Dorling was not there in the house. One more character will be introduced here. Mrs. Dorling's daughter was there in the house and she opened the door. And finally, Marga Minko got an opportunity to enter in the house. Now when she entered in the house, she was all at ease and she was very happy relaxable, and she was expressing her views on the curtains, on the green knitted cardigans, on the spoons, many more things, table, many more things were there in Mrs. Dorling's house, which was in real terms was belonging to Marga Minko herself. The girl made her sit in the living room and went inside. The narrator was horrified to find herself in a room she knew and did not know. She found herself in the midst of familiar things. What do you understand by midst of familiar things? Let me brief you here. It is important you to understand. If you go in a strange house for the first time, what you will be find in your surrounding? Strange things. But when Marga Minko visited in that house, she was not feeling strange at all. What it means? All the things which are kept there in the house belongs to Marga Minko. So she can identify each and everything, and she was realizing that these things are very familiar. Familiar means known to her. Then she had no courage to look around her, but she no longer had desire to possess them. She got up, walked to the door and left the room. She resolved to forget the address and moved on. Now let me conclude this line. When it has written that she moved on, she forget the address. What do you mean by this? Sometimes it can ask in your exam that why writer forget the address and she moved on in her life. Because her dream was to see those belongings and to fulfill her desires. When she got an opportunity and she saw each and everything, she touched each and everything, she feel each and everything, then nothing else that she wanted to do with all those belongings. So she realized that what she will do by those belongings, because nowadays she was living in a small rented house. So she left all the belongings over there and she moved on in her life. So what we understand by this story is, if we have something in our past, when we talk about our nostalgic fever, we have some desires regarding our things, our relations, our parents, more things to be discussed, but we have to focus it, we have to feel it, and we have to move forward in our life. This story asserts an example similar to like that. We will be discussing question answers in next presentation. I hope you all enjoyed it, liked it, watch it many times, because it will not be clear in a single time which you will watch. So watch it 2 or 3 times to understand the topic in detailed way. We will be discussing question and answers in the next presentation. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.